it going, guys? This is KNasty3890 here with another Madden 17 Ultimate Team video. I'm going to be doing a relatively in-depth review of the Ultimate Freeze promo, mainly because a lot of people didn't like it, rightfully so. I'm not a huge fan of this one, but a lot of people are just bashing on it without really looking at the pros and the cons. So I kind of wanted to do an in-depth review of it because this is one of my favorite promos. My two favorite promos in Madden have always been the Thanksgiving promo and the Ultimate Freeze Christmas promo. Reason being, when I first started, the first Madden I played from Ultimate Team, I should say, in depth for multiple months was Madden 25, and then Madden 15, and then obviously Madden 16, and now Madden 17. So I've done this is my fourth year of doing for 8 months at least. I've done other much for like a little bit, maybe a couple weeks here or there, like Madden 13 I did for a couple weeks, but not enough, so I knew the ins and outs of the game mode. Now, in regards to this Madden and with this Ultimate Freeze, I'm not going to compare it to like the most beard promo or like last year's superlative promo. I'm comparing it to other Ultimate Freeze, promos. I'm comparing it to other versions of itself within the last 4 years. Now, like I said, I did not use 13. I know a little bit about it from what people have said, but I did not personally use it. I think the best Freeze promos I've had has either been 15 or 25. Those both were great. 15 had great gifts. 25 had great ghost cards and great out-of-position cards. But I'm going to get into the pros and the cons. I'm going to give you guys what I think is a letter grade. And I did put a poll on Twitter. I will have a link to that poll in the description below. By the time this video is up, the polling will be closed, but you can look at an in-depth result of it. Right now, we have just under 600 people voting it. 4% of you guys gave it an A. 19% of you guys gave it a B, C, or a D. You guys gave it a 38% of you guys gave it a C or a D, and then 39% of you guys gave it an F, a failing grade. This promo failed you guys. 39% of you guys said that. That's a large majority. Now, let's get into the pros first. I'm gonna go over pros, I'm gonna go over cons, and I'm gonna try to be as fair and just constructive with my criticism as well. And if I say anything I don't like, I will give you guys, and I'll give EA, if they're listening to or watching this video, what I would have done differently. I'm not going to just say, oh, this was stupid, and then move on with it. No, I'm going to say this. I don't think this was smart. They should have done this instead. So first off, pros. Some of the new cards are really good. The new ghost cards, some of them are really good. Like the Carl Joseph I'm using, really good. Like the Freeman and the Sharp are nice to have. The Freeman's pretty good. The Moss is a really good card. Those are good cards. The wide receiver Dion, the cornerback Dion, those are really good cards. Not all of them are really good. Like the Champ Bailey I heard is good. Peterson I've been using him. He's really good. I know like the Jared Goff's not great, but not all of them are going to be great, and that's okay. That's understandable. But there are really good cards in it. Some of the out-of-position cards are really good as well. We can actually look at all of them right here that came out when this mode first dropped. Krause I heard was pretty solid. Honey Badger I didn't really love because it's speed. Roethlisberger people liked. Landon Collins I liked. Donald Penn was good. Tavon Austin people liked. Jason Pierce is really good for blocking if you not want another blocking tight end. People like Doug Baldwin because of that speed. So there are some really good ones. And another good thing about them, these are cheap. Like, let's look at the highest overall one right now. And Paul Krause. How much is he going for? He's going for $60K. Now, I know it's the end of the promo, and at the beginning of it, they were expensive, but they're relatively cheap now. They're easily obtainable, which is nice. More people can get it. More people can enjoy the cards. And even if they don't have great, even if this Keenan Allen's not great right now, or this Shaq Thompson, people may not like it, because they have the out-of-position card, if someone wants to make a golden ticket for it in a few months from now, they can do Keenan Allen free safety because he was a free safety, in the freeze promo. So that is nice. Another thing I liked was the whole the idea of putting Favre in it. I didn't love everything they did with Favre, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later. But I like the fact that Brett Favre's in it. There's a set, and there's a limited edition one that you can get. And there's also different versions of him. Everyone gets the 86 one to start off. So if you're really just 86 overall, you can get on your Favre on your team. If that's what you want. You just want an 86 Favre. You don't have to do anything. He's on your team. If you're rocking a budget squad, you're on your farm account. Or you just got the game for Christmas, there's an 86 overall Brett Favre on your team. You play 10 relatively easy solos, he's an 89. Then for the rest of them, you do have to then have more of the 4 chemistry. So that's a little bit more of a barrier of entry for those. But you literally just use that Brett Favre, play 10 solos, you get an 89 Brett Favre. Really good for people who just got the game. I didn't really love the fact, and I guess I will just jump the cons real quick, how you had to there's a lot of stuff you had to get. Like, you had to get this Freeman, you had to get this Sharp. You had to pay a lot of coins. The Bears Venture I thought was a little much just to do those solos. It made getting the set done a little bit more difficult, which was a little easier to do, but that's not a huge con. Some out of position cards that were also really good, I forgot to mention, was a Sean Taylor. That card's an absolute beast, apparently. I only used him for a couple solos. I did end up trading him away because I'm using the free safety version. Couldn't use both. Another thing that was actually really good, and I didn't think it would be at first, was the whole, and this wasn't done, EA didn't do this on purpose, was the entire glitches in regards to the collectibles. If you guys did not know, what happened was, on Christmas Eve, the morning, Brett Favre, I think, dropped Christmas Eve, and then there was a couple objectives you could do. That dropped, I think, I can't remember the exact time, but I remember I did it like the day before, the night before, like late at night. I did a couple of the objectives. Those were done, and then what happened was, the game basically forced you, it kept saying, you completed an objective, complete an objective, complete an objective. And when you completed these objectives, you got the frozen collectibles. Well, you literally could not, like, it was basically forcing you to open it because it would just come on your screen, come on your screen, come on your screen. You could not get out of it. And then what happened was, you had like 330 something unopened packs of the frozen collectibles. I had to open them because if I wanted to buy a bundle, you have too many cards in your you too many unopened packs. You can't buy any new packs unless you just buy stragglers. So I had to open them up, and then my binder was full, and I wasn't going to use I wasn't going to do it for the Randy Moss. I didn't think that was fair, but then EA was basically like, you know what, we're going to let you guys have it. So I got this Randy Moss literally for free. And now, if you didn't get the Randy Moss for free, other people did. Therefore, they could sell him. His price went down. It's a win-win for everyone. More of a win for people like me who got those collectibles. But still, if you wanted the card, his price was down more. And with the leftover ones, I then was able to do like this Freeman. I was able to do some more ghost cards, which then brought those cards' price down. So even though, I mean, it's nice that they didn't do like any dressing matches. They didn't ban people. I don't think they didn't take anything away. I don't know. Maybe it was like a Christmas present from EA because they knew their promos sucked. And also one last pro, then I'm going to get to the cons. There were some solos that dropped, not a ton. I kind of wish there were more, and that's actually where I'm going to start off with cons. I wish when they did this promos, come out with like a strand of like 100 solos. Like, there's a lot of people who don't play head-to-head. I don't play a ton of head-to-head. I do play head-to-head, but I know a lot of people who don't touch head-to-head. They don't like it. They just don't want to play online. And you know what? A lot of people are like that, and a lot of people aren't. But cater to those people. When a new promo drops, come out with like 100 solos. Just do something crazy where like, and if you finish them all, you got like a Ghost of Madden card. Like reward the grinders. Reward the people who aren't going to be like spending a lot of money. Like that will, like Little Jimmy could do that. Little Jimmy can do 100 solos. You can make the solos a little difficult if you want to. I mean, like if you guys have ever done the VIP 500 solos that you have to like get that Devin McCourty, those last like 10 when you face the all Gronk teams, really freaking difficult. But you know what? You get a really good card for doing it. So maybe if they did something like that, just give people a lot of solos to do, because a lot of people, I'm not saying I'm like this, but just only want to do solos. Reward those people, because I mean you can't really like add new head-to-head. Like you can't be like, I mean you can add like collectibles or rewards to it, but you can't add like new head-to-head games. Now the biggest con I'm gonna get into right now, the gifts. Gifts were garbage, are hot garbage, they trash, they suck, they're worthless. 95% of them were worthless. The wrapping paper shouldn't be worth more than the goddamn gift. I try to keep as many of the gifts that I kept. Now, I did get lucky with some of the gifts. I got the Sean Taylor. I got the Campus Hero pack. I got that. And you know what? This year for the Ultimate Freeze was the best for me. Because in the prior years when there's gifts, I've gotten trash. But at least other people got good stuff. And then you could sell them or trade them, which this year you can't, which is stupid. I'll get to that in a second. But here's some of the gifts that I still have. A Pick Specialist Champions Arena. It's cool. That's cool. I like it with an Elite Chemistry. That could be one of the lower gifts. This wasn't one of the lowest gifts you could get. That should be like the lowest of the lowest gifts. A stadium with a 4-3 chemistry, garbage. Again, another stadium with Edge Protector. Again, that should be the lowest. Jerseys that are just base chemistries, complete, utter trash. Garbage, worthless. Let's take a look at some of the players that you could get. Anquan Bolden, 85 overall, complete trash. This card isn't good day one. It's not good 3 months into the game. Trash. Tyreek Hill. This is, again, one of the lower ones. I mean, he's an 86 and he's got 93 speed, which is really cool. That's actually not terrible. That should be like one of the lower ones. The George Iloka flashback, 86. I think he's an 86 overall. I have him. Trash. Hot trash. 86 overall. This card's not good anymore. And then EA is like, or I hear people who defending EA say, well, this is good for people who A, don't spend money, or B, are new to the game. The people who are opening up gifts, and I'll get to this in a second, you could not get gifts from Pro Packs. You had to get gifts from like the Christmas packs or from like Frost or Freeze packs. You couldn't. I don't think you got any from solos, but you could if you did like 12 collectibles. But those, you had to really spend money to get the gifts, and you couldn't sell or trade the gifts until the gifts opened when they were hot trash. And yet now, you know what? They are dirt cheap. There's a billion George Ilokas out there, or people just probably quick sold them because they're so annoyed with it. It was disgusting. Gifts should not be non-auctionable, non-tradable. I had contract gifts. I had 2 of them. I have 45,000 contracts. I don't need contract gifts. You know who needs contract gifts? People who are new to the game. But I can't get rid of them. I was stuck with that gift. Why couldn't I sell that to someone so that I would get some coins for it and they got some contracts? That would have been nice. Or in tickets. I didn't need tickets. And luckily with that ticket one dropped, I could do the gift exchange. They had the gift exchange at the beginning, which at least if you could figure out a gift, I'd exchange a few. The second half of the promo after Christmas, they didn't put the gift exchange in. That was another con. I understand why they didn't do it too. It's because what happened was when people got all those collectibles from that glitch, if someone had like 300 collectibles, they could literally just do the gift exchange until they got Sean Taylor 10 times. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I could kind of see why they didn't do it. But you know what? Put it in there for the people. You screwed them over. You gotta do that. So what I would do first off, make the gifts like they should be worth it right now. Now I know people might say last year the gifts they gave you a 98 Michael Strahan. This year you're getting 86 overall cards. Which yes, that is accurate. But just remember, guys, in regards to this year, in regards to last year, the overalls this year are going up so slow. Which I don't have a problem with, to be perfectly honest. I actually don't mind that. So don't say this Austin Howard is like a 91, and that's a good gift. The 98 last year was a good gift because the overalls are going up faster last year. So just remember that, guys. The overalls are going up slower this year, so it's not totally fair to compare overalls between the two. You can compare the usefulness of the card when it came out. This Iloka was trash when it came out this year. If last year, if this Iloka was an 89, people would have said the exact same thing because the overalls were much higher last year. The packs, I didn't really love any of the packs this promo, like the Ultimate Freeze, the Arctic, the Frost, the Ultimate Freeze like Team of the Week, or the Freeze Team of the Week, the Freeze Legend. I didn't really like any of those. I feel like they were just added collectibles to it. By the way, get rid of collectibles. I don't want collectibles. Never put collectibles in the solo. I hate collectibles. Get rid of collectibles. And again, another thing I mentioned, gifts from Pro Packs. Please put them in Pro Packs. So if someone's just grinding or just open up a Pro Pack here or there, you can get a gift that you could last year. And I opened up enough Pro Packs this year that you couldn't. So things I would, like, in the future, EA, things you want to do to fix this promo, because this video is getting a little long, but I'm going to give you guys a kind of total grade at the end of this. Things to make it better for next year. Gifts should be worth it. Gifts, especially if you can't trade them or sell them, should be, I would say, OP. They should be overpowered. You should be lucky when you get the best gift. That's like that sled that people were saying was the rarest gift, was a pack worth 100,000 coins. I mean, you could say it's a 100,000 coin thing, but no one bought those. It was basically just a freeze pack. It was worthless. That was terrible. Make the gifts worth your time. Most of the gifts people got, don't use them, and they ended up just quick selling because they're so annoyed. The amount of gifts that people would use, you can count on, like, you can get maybe up to 10. And there was probably like 40 gifts. So like 4 of them were usable for most people, which is insane. Add solos. Like I said, just put a less solos for the people who play the game to play solos. I remember Muck Guru saying once, correct me if I'm wrong, that the majority of people don't play head-to-head. Majority of people just play solos. So why don't you reward those people? I mean, it makes a little sense. I don't know. Maybe make some new packs that can guarantee an elite OOP pack. Another guaranteed gold OOP packs with guaranteeing an elite OOP or guaranteed a ghost card. That'd be sick. Get rid of collectibles. Gift exchange. If you're going to put it at the beginning, put it at the end. Now, here's the thing. If you make gifts auctionable, tradable, don't put gift exchange in. Like, have one or the other. if it's going to be non-auctionable, non-tradable, you should be able to do gift exchanges, and they should be very easily done. And like I said, add more stuff like that, and maybe just add a few more OOP cards. More the merrier. I always like to say it gives us more options when golden tickets come out. So you're gonna wonder, what is my grade? Now, if you guys are here to the end of the video, I want to know what your grades are down the bottom, down below. In the comments. I will be checking out the comments, and thank you for listening to the whole entire thing. I tried to be as fair as I could. Things I like, things I didn't. I'm giving this, I was thinking it's a C-. It's a C-. There's the gifts. Gifts are so important to the Christmas promo, and the Ghost of Madden cards are important. Those are the two biggest things for this. I think Ghost of Madden, they were above average. I do like the Deons were above average. Brett Favre, that helped. The Oop Taylor was nice. The Randy Moss was good. Some of them were a little underwhelming, but the gifts was an F. The gifts themselves, if you're only grading gifts, I give that an F. There were a couple good ones, but that's not enough. An F doesn't mean a 0. A 50 is an F. So I gave that an F, but I think the other parts were good enough. But the gifts are, I would say, is like 40 to 45% of the importance of this promo. It separates this promo from any other one is the gifts, the randomness of it. It's like Christmas, you open up a gift, you don't know what you're going to get, but you have kind of an idea because you know what the box is kind of shaped like, and you know what you told your parents what you want for Christmas. Kind of something like that. But no, not this year. They screwed that up. So I'm giving it a C-. I don't know what you guys are going to give it in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, I try to be as reasonable as possible, fair as possible, and objective too, with solutions to how I think they can make it better in the future. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I'll talk to you later. Take it easy. Peace.